You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Mike O'Mara Show. Falmouth, Jamaica, man.
Hello, man.
I hate saying Jamaica, man.
Don't say it then.
Well, it's like this habit.
You know what else you should say? Say Jamaica, man, and say lobster.
Yeah. What about Jamaica Me Crazy?
Randolph, Utah.
Dad joke.
No.
Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Ragged Point, California. The Isle of Capri in Italy. And Bastogne, Belgium. Oscar came into the studio. It looks cold.
It is freezing.
It's cold outside.
It looks cold. You don't like the cold. You came in ready for bear today.
I hate the cold.
You hate the cold. You look like you hate the cold.
I would love to move to Miami, Orange County, Los Angeles.
All these places?
Yeah, it would be great.
I love the cold.
How about South Florida, pal?
I love it. Nah, South Florida is kind of trashy. I'll go Miami. A little cosmopolitan. Right?
Yeah. It's really trashy over here, but it's not trashy in Miami. You should move the base of operations down here.
It's unfortunate, but there isn't enough commerce that would drive a podcast down. Podville, Southwest.
What about trashy podcasts?
Maybe trashy ones.
Could do trashy
Full
podcasts.
of Instagram models. They live in Miami.
Of course.
How about a satellite office?
No.
Just a little guy?
We've decided to have the nerve of operations outside. Actually, we had a great conversation about this. There was a time when Podville was going to be in New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago. Yes.
Remember the time.
And then a pandemic hit, and it said, well, we should never take on more space to lease. We could do this all remote.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah,
I agree.
The pandemic you speak of, is it the COVID-19 one?
Yeah, I know we're rolling into 2022.
Right.
But we're still rocking 19.
Yeah. It was in all the papers.
You know what? This was at the bottom of my list of things to talk about today. Let me bring this up.
Yes.
Okay.
First of all, speaking of Podville.
Yeah, Podville.
One of the things that keeps the show alive and fresh is not only the rapier wit of the hosts, which I stand up against anybody. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you for applauding yourself.
Woo! Well, I applaud all of us.
But I should also say, by the way, Oscar came in for bear today when Rob was fumbling with the board.
Well, he's 50 years old. Enough with the mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were peeved at his explanation as to why some of the settings were off because Rob said something like, for some reason. That's the not admitting to the, and I get that.
No, Mike, it was 100% my fault. What I did yesterday is I fucked up.
But you didn't say that at the beginning.
No, but it's true. It's absolutely true.
Like a child.
And
somebody
Oscar came in because of the cold. You came in because of the cold.
It's freezing out.
You were a little ready for beer.
Yeah.
Were you wearing a ski cap today?
I was this morning.
Okay.
Yeah, is my hair everywhere?
I'm freshly shorn. I got a haircut yesterday, and look at that.
Yeah.
I haven't said this in a while, though, huh?
What?
It is kept.
Yeah. How much product is in it today?
Yeah. Let me throw this out. All right, because they're not going to listen to the show. They don't even know what I don't converse.
No.
So barbershops. All right, I'm on my
barbershops.
I'm on my third or fourth barbershop down here. Back in Manassas, there was this wonderful lady, Judy. She was from Vietnam. I'm sure that's not her given
Judy.
name.
I'm Mike O'Mara. Judy.
That's very relevant and very timely. So let me say that I
Judy
just when I would go to the barbershop there, I would look forward to it because it was always a very not an over the top conversation, but how's your boy? Very pleasant and super competent. I don't require a lot. I don't, but I do probably require a level of, I want to call this phony happiness. I wasn't even going to talk about this today.
Okay.
It's customer service.
Yeah, part of the experience.
You're in the customer service business.
The competence of this barber, who is the daughter of the other lady who's cut my hair here, the competence is pretty unrivaled as far as their skill set. I think they're both really talented at what they do, and I believe that that line of work can be elevated to a level of talent. You can either be good at it or you're terrible at it.
Right.
You shouldn't be doing it. So, however, it is the second time now, maybe the third time, because there was a there was conversation the last time I went there, but I've gone to the mother twice, and I've gone now to the daughter yesterday. And the daughter's in there, and I sit down, and they start to, and the hair, just perfect haircut. I'm very, very happy with it. But the mother is sitting next to the daughter, and they are both. I don't think they've had a fight, but the level of
you feel the energy.
The energy of unpleasantness is almost soul-crushing to me. And I'm not saying they've said anything, but you'll get that. I'll give you an example. It's like, Jim's here. All right, yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the look.
You know what it is, Mike?
Time.
What it is you found yourself a great doctor with a bad bedside manner.
Well, and I said... this was the extent of the conversation. Any plans for the holiday? Going to a friend's.
Yeah.
That's it. They shut you down.
It's like I have no intention of. Well, I'm not looking to yammer.
How much is the cut?
16.
Oh,
that's a little high. It seems.
Yeah. 16. If you were going to like Five Below, like
$5 haircut.
Don't give me anything. Yeah. For $16, we better have a little pattern.
Well, but I'm not.
And like a good dentist, Mike, they should have a package ready to go because they can use the same chunk for everybody.
This is what my lady who cuts my hair, who doesn't know me, who's never seen my face because we still wear masks inside barbershops or beauty salons. She asks me every time.
So do I.
Like she's never met me. She says, "So, have you seen any great movies lately?" That takes her through the whole haircut and lets me flap my gums.
Smart.
And that's all I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And we're communicators, and when there's awkward silence,
I go to the same place in Leesburg that I've gone since I've lived in Leesburg. It's called Mary's, and when I go, I go a few times a year just to tighten up.
Why do you go?
Because if I go too long, it's hard to shave it myself. If it like right now, I couldn't just shave it with a razor.
It's just funny.
It's too long.
Can you take your headphones off? It's just funny when we're talking about haircuts, please.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
I thought you just like taking number one all over.
But look at him on the side. Look at the back.
He does have
Can I
hair.
see the back?
You want to see the back?
Can I see? Yeah, let me see.
You want me to stand so you can see my ass too?
No, I just want to see the back here.
You've been bald forever. Something new.
That is male pattern baldness right there.
It's
my
perfect.
God.
It's a perfect pattern. Remember, it used to be egg size, then pork chop.
So if you had
Now it's a
longer
strip steak.
hair,
It's like a flying WV.
you'd be like up on top, gone. Right?
Pretty much, yeah. There's a big. I can tell.
But if you're
when
short,
I shave,
you can't tell he's bald.
So Dan thinks I have a full head of hair.
He does.
Yeah. So, but if I were to shave my head with like a normal Harry's razor, I can tell where I'm bald by the amount of drag.
You don't need to say that anymore.
Yeah.
Never
You
can
don't
tell,
need
Mike.
to say it.
Never
I
can
use
tell.
Gillette shaving cream in my shower now.
Mike, you can tell by the drag.
I'm not happy.
You can tell by the drag on
God,
my
I
head.
want them back.
5 years is a good run.
Yeah, but I'd love to get them back. I don't rarely say this about
Sometimes
advertisers.
you gotta let your ex-wives go and get a new wife.
But I bought the Gillette foam.
I still patronize them. They send me stuff every month. I subscribe.
You subscribe, yeah. But you can tell by the drag where I'm bald. And if I get too long, right now I'm probably at maybe a 1/4 inch, and that's too long to shave with a straight razor, like a regular.
Well, what's
hand
your
razor.
problem with your barbershop?
No problem at all. Is what I'm saying.
How
is
much you pay?
What I have, it's 12, I think.
12? How much do you tip?
I usually tip. I give it 20.
You gotta ask them to. You know what? You should have them charged by the follicle.
Yeah.
And then everybody wins.
Just give you a discount, like a punch card.
But they speak broken English, but they are so enthusiastic. They always ask about each kid.
That's sweet.
And they know that they're in college. They say, are they home? What are your plans for the holiday? They've got chunks of dialogue ready to go.
Ask me how much my haircut downstairs. It's DC.
Oh, Mike, do you want to ask him about his haircut downstairs?
Ask me.
Hi, is Robert III going to... Is that the kind of broken English? I can go through a lot of different ones.
No, it's not. It's not like
my
that.
people.
No, it's not like Oscar's people.
No.
Robert
Mysterious Land?
He's a Westford. No.
What about Russian?
No.
So, Robert is college student now?
He is studying dialects?
Rob uses the antiquated term of broken English.
The plot?
What? No, it's
not the pot. The plot.
No, he does not splash
here
the
we
pot.
go. I got it. This is it.
No.
No. Is it a stereotypical?
No, it's just I believe they're Vietnamese.
Oh, you never asked?
No.
You should ask him.
How do I not have Asia?
Because it
'Cause I'm
doesn't
afraid
matter
of
to
it.
me.
Is it next
I'm
to a
afraid.
faux place?
No, it's a real place. It's
gotta do this
actually next to
for
a cupcake place.
I get it. All right, so they're nice, they're pleasant,
Wonderful.
The long and short of it is the place. You know how Oscar came into the studio today? That's kind of the vibe I get, but it's controlled. It's not. And
what do you want me to be nice all the time? We got to run a business here.
No, I like the way you kick ass sometimes.
Yeah.
When they say,
me too. That's great.
When they say, "You have a nice Thanksgiving," and I walk out and I'm like, "Okay, so here's the deal. Do I throw my soft, sensitive side out the window and just say, hey, it's a good haircut. It's 40 minutes, 30 minutes of your day. Chuck it out. Don't sweat it. Or do I, since this is going to be monthly, do I seek out someplace? I find, and this is maybe my world, not yours, I find down here barbershops to be angry. Many of them. Angry. Barbers are angry. I have met in my lifetime many angry barbers. I got one in Maine who summarily dismissed the idea of getting my kid a haircut and didn't have to do it in a mean, nasty way, but he was a dick.
Hold it. I don't even remember that story. What happened?
I went out to the
local
Ellsworth Ellsworth barbershop, and the guy was a.
You were so mad. You were like, you lost your appetite.
I mean, he didn't give Michael a haircut. He denied him.
He denied no kids or something like that. I said, you don't need to say it like
what
that.
What a jerk!
Well, how do you want me to say it? I said, I wanted. Yeah, it was just a scene.
It
was
sorry,
brief, but it was.
This is my rule. If and in the city, you're paying bare minimum $50 for a men's haircut. It is a disaster.
In the city.
And
when Oscar gets his haircut in the city.
And I don't know how to say this. In the city, most of the salons
all right, upset. Please discipline yourself a little bit.
Floor to ceiling glass windows in front of the salons as you're walking by in the city.
I get it.
I have had fantastic haircuts by some of these high-end salons, as you would call them. And then I've had terrible haircuts. I only complain when I know what I'm getting into is wrong, right?
How do you mean?
Because I grew up in a beauty salon because my mom worked at Hair Designers.
That's right.
In right off Woodley Park at the old Marriott, Mike. You know that in Woodley Park. Mm-hmm. And as a kid,
the zoo.
Yes, my mom would always say, make sure you're sweet and nice because people are here to be distracted.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes. Now, you tip me. So that's what my mom would say when we would leave.
You know what that is? That's broken English.
Yeah, you tip me.
Mm-hmm.
So she always said if someone's in a bad mood, they're going to give you a bad haircut. She would say that. And when you can tell someone's in a bad mood and they're coming at you because you're new to the shop,
sure,
you're like, oh man, they didn't want the walk-in. They looked like they were comfortable back
there.
Yeah,
that's it. I was a walk-in
yesterday. Yeah, they didn't want to do anything, right? So you're already getting off on the wrong foot, and sorry it took me so long to get there. Where you're like,
I don't know if they didn't want the walk-in. If you go to Judy, appointment where the attitude was the same,
because Judy does take appointments.
You mean my lady in Manassas?
Yeah. I mean, would she
Judy,
take
I don't even remember because I would go in there and wait for Judy usually.
And the
new
place takes appointments as an option, or you can walk in?
I don't even know if walk-in. I was a walk-in and they took me, so that means you can also make an appointment.
All right. I walked into one salon and this gentleman walked out of the back. They're like, oh, so-and-so will take you. He comes up and he's like, I was a men's haircut. And he seemed like he knew what he was doing. He was in a great mood.
Did he ask for ID?
No. And he said, look, I'll charge you $50 today, but my rate is usually $80.
$80?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got it right here. What's he going to cut your pubes too?
The haircut was great. I gave him $50. He told me $50.
For that, I would pay.
What did he throw in a Brazilian wax or something?
Then I left
like that?
and I said, I'm not going to pay $80. I'm never coming back. Right.
Right.
So then I went to the place next door where a smoke show walked from the back, and she looked like she was in a bad mood, and I was like, well, this might be worth it. Wasn't worth it. I came out looking like. I got a bowl cut, and then I was like, well, I'll never go back there again. I just paid $50 for that.
So you've been challenged by barbershops as well.
Yes, but I make peace with what's about to happen. I just do.
You have to accept it. Well,
Yes.
I'm a multiple customer, so I,
Yeah.
to a degree,
I
have
agree.
made this. But I was sitting there, and then I said to my wife last night, because sometimes with my apology tour being completed, and with a very, very nice weekend, my buddy Oli, my Mexican dear friend, came down, and we got together. I had a spectacular weekend. I have my daughter. I talked to her yesterday. She'll be arriving
All systems
Sunday.
go, yes.
My other daughter gets in next Tuesday. I'm feeling positive. I said to my wife last night, I said, you know what? Maybe they'd like some kind of basket of stuff where I would just bring in some a candy basket. My wife looks at me and goes, "You're a dork."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
she's
well,
right.
what's wrong with that?
Because
Bringing
your
joy.
wife is in the hospitality business.
She's in the
I would
beauty
think she'd
business.
be into it. The fact that you
She
reward your
She deserves it, not these jerks.
Oh, you want to
That
know
Mike
how to
should
piss
go
my
see.
wife off down here in West South Florida?
Sure.
Reschedule 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
You gotta
it.
charge 'em.
By the way, it's not reschedule; it's canceling.
You got to charge them.
and this is
It's
what,
canceling
why
then
did you
reschedule.
why did you cancel?
she is not happy. And this lady and I, you know what? It's a situation where when it happens a third time, you almost wonder if they're effing with you.
Yeah, I
You
would.
almost wonder that. So yeah, you're right. But I don't. She's not established enough to do what the doctor's office is doing and stuff like that.
My sister, and I love how this is why my family hates me, because they'll tell me stuff that I'm never supposed to tell the world, and I
Yes.
will tell you all.
At this point, it's their fault.
Yeah, it's their fault.
It is their fault.
Loose lips sink ships. Now I'll keep client secrets forever, but my family,
Right.
forget it.
Okay.
So my sister says, "Can you believe this lady in Malibu where I used to get my hair cut wouldn't take me? Like, she literally said that I canceled twice, and she has a personal policy when someone cancels twice, she can't work with them anymore. And she's on the phone with me, and I'm like,
I get it.
yes." You lost like 2 whole sessions. She lost an opportunity to make money.
Yep.
And you
Absolutely.
caused that.
Yeah.
And she goes, "But I'm always so sweet to her." And I'm like, no. This is how they make their living.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes me feel better about the third time. And I'm with Carla with the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, if you got
And
someone that should be in that slot.
Personal policy.
Third time was the only time she sent back. I just wish you would have known, since I had to cancel another job to fit you in the first place, which is true. And then the last text from this woman was something along the lines of, "Well, I guess I'm sorry if you don't want me to be one of your clients," or something.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, she's
some
playing that game?
Yeah.
Some passive aggressive. And Carla says, "How do I respond to that?" And I looked at her and I said, "You don't."
Right.
Bingo,
That's
bango.
it.
That's it.
As I
Yeah.
told my sister, I said, "Please don't be a Karen. Let it go." Because I call her like midstream. She goes, "I can't believe she won't take me anymore." She's referring me to one of her colleagues, and they said, I was like, "You burned her twice. They're in Malibu."
I think
you don't
the
think
third
they
burn.
can't? Yeah,
I think the
that's it.
third burn
Yeah.
should be, And by the way, if you're a regular client and you've been to this person, which your sister had, it's a little different. Also, this person has never been there. This
Yeah.
is
that's
connection that
unacceptable,
she had at school with my kid years ago. I was like, "Oh, you do that? Oh, I do that. Yeah, I'm so sorry." And so I get it. So be mindful, people, during the holidays especially. Be mindful of people that are in
And
those
spread joy.
industries.
No need for a basket.
Your barber, your
What is- Mike, I'm
esthetician,
curious.
all your people that help you out there.
When you go into this new place where you have the bad bedside manner and they don't say anything, what if you had? How do you think it would have played out if you'd said, "Well, guess what?" And they say, "What?" They have to, and you say, "Both of my daughters are coming to see me for the first time."
had no intention of doing it. I am not going to hear a response that I'll be going to a friend's house.
Yeah.
That sounds like a horrible Thanksgiving. Did not sound joyous, and I'm not
You
going to
don't think you could have
share
drawn
my
joy out? You couldn't draw joy out of them?
That would not draw. In the circumstances I read it, I thought about that.
Okay,
because
curious.
I wanted to share that.
We're not unlike each other in that way. Yeah.
I was excited about that. I wanted to share that, but I said no. I read the room. I said no. This is so it's pretty much silence. After I got that, okay, you don't want to talk. That you want to get me in your chair and get me out of your chair as soon as possible. And and that's that. What I would love is the marriage of happy talk, keep talking, a happy talk, and good haircut. Yeah. So right now, as it is, I'm going back. I still go back.
I'll take a bad haircut and happy talk.
You would take the bad haircut over
if someone's just nice,
you would take the bad happy if they had happy talk.
If they had, like, downstairs, I get a decent haircut. Not great, not terrible, but I know I could probably get a better haircut. But she's so nice. And she fakes interest in having her conversation.
See, this is where I'm blessed. If I go to a barbershop, it's impossible for them to screw me up. It's impossible for them to screw me up.
Well, because you have no hair.
I have no hair.
This is what I think about the situation. I had an older barber here that was a great barber, really talented guy, was unquestionably filled with a dark rage that was just underneath the surface.
The political rage. I remember that.
It was intense. It was intense all the time.
Yeah.
We didn't get into those discussions very often, but when you have to, and we've done this too because we do it on the show. When you have to modify your conversation to be not you, just to get along for 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It's not fun at all. Well, I can see your point when inside I'm going, oh, F you. It's been the balancing act.
How about that NAFTA?
I love when you have it. That's a great one. I can see your point. Another one is, well, it takes all kinds.
Yes, it does.
When you have to say something that can just shut down a conversation.
I just joined a wonderful group called the Lincoln Project. You hear them?
Yeah.
And then, there goes your hair. It's you sideways.
I miss river of hair.
I miss the way our country was about 3 years ago.
So I think for now, I got the holiday to go through, and then we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I would like to modify the ship. I would think because I have not seen any joy, any pure joy or happiness. I've seen more conversation. Where you'll hear, "Hey, how's Peggy?" Blah blah blah, that type of thing.
Right.
But not in a happy joy way.
It's also,
and one haircut I got from the mother, there was not a word said to me. So I was getting actually angry in the chair with that going on. So it's
some people. You know what? Some people like that. I bet though. I bet she caters to certain people that don't want to talk.
Maybe they know you're a celebrity.
People that don't like to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. They know I'm a celebrity. Yeah. Sure. Those days that ship has sailed too. There was a time. There was a time when we had a TV run where that was fun. No. I would go in and be well known. Hello, hey, how are you? I would walk into my barbershop like, the early part of The Godfather 2 when you see that guy with the white suit walking through Little Italy.
Exactly. Hey, Enzo.
Also, didn't you? I mean, there was a time when we would travel that you would love to get your hair cut in big cities.
Well, I would always forget. I said the one thing I said to this lady yesterday. I said, getting haircuts for me is kind of like going to the dentist. I put it off, and then my wife. And what Carla said to me yesterday that got me to go on the fly as a walk-in was, God, you are just so fluffy out of control. And I said, fluffy out of control, you're going to get me into the barber.
True love is hard to find.
And if she was talking about your hair?
Fluffy out of control. Fluffy. All right. So enough of that. I'll let you know. But for those people, they're working hard, and I'm not going to make a big deal.
I think you should shop around.
I want to go back.
There's lots of barbershops.
I know there are, but I hate the hunt and peck. I hate the lack of knowing.
Yeah, but if you find like a smoke show. Like that,
that's a different story.
That totally is sweet and kind and running her own business,
or a cheerful older man,
a barber version of Carla.
A cheerful old. There's a tale of two guys right there.
Don't you want a
one guy talking to me and another guy just losing me right there. Yes, sir. That's right, Rob. I'll find a cheerful older man.
Because if you go to a smoke show, she'll probably bang you.
Okay. It's not about that, Rob. See, that's the problem.
Is that the
problem?
That's
the problem.
Yeah.
No one's going to have sex with me, Rob. No. That's the thing. But it still doesn't mind. I don't mind sitting in a chair. But so when you say chair, or chill for old man,
Mike,
it's a little weird.
If you're sitting in a chair, I'll have sex with you.
Oh, that's
okay.
Now
we've taken a turn.
But if you want, what I was saying is this: if you want conversation,
you are so manic today. God damn it! Take a sedative. Anyhow, I'm running out of time.
He
what were you going to say?
propositioned you.
No, I don't want to. I don't really want to have sex. I'm just trying to make him feel better. What I'm saying is that from what you were saying, if you want conversation,
I know what you're saying.
Your target might be a cheerful older man.
I don't.
No, that's your thing.
I would be.
I am
fine.
a cheerful older man.
No, you're not.
I would be fine with medium to low cheerful.
Yeah.
With smoke show and competent haircut.
Yeah.
First of all, if
a lot
the
of factors
baseline.
there, yeah.
What?
There's a lot of factors at play. I understand.
If you've
Thank
got
you.
a symmetrical face and you can give me a bad haircut, I'll take it.
Symmetrical face.
If the baseline is the competent haircut,
Okay.
then minimal conversation with a smoke show would be far superior to cheerful old man.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's just I'm not
the
into having.
symmetrical face.
By the way, I am not into yap 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 at all. That's not what I'm looking for. What I am looking for is the vibe.
Yeah.
And
Like
maybe
a ping
that,
pong of conversation.
which it doesn't have to be.
Little bounce.
What is it other than
Some
pleasantries
flair.
usually
Yeah.
anyway? You
Small
know?
talk.
Have you ever been in a barbershop and heard a talker in the seat that's bragging?
Yes. Yes.
Have you heard that?
I hate
where
that.
somebody's like
This
going,
I hate.
yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that. I bought I bought the house in the mountains because I thought that so I was going, oh, good for you, good for you. Everybody can do what you're doing.
One time
you
I
know?
heard Mike, yeah, well, I built my own deck.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
Not as hard as everyone says.
Yeah, but still,
Building
who
a deck?
cares? But
Yeah,
who
I had a
cares?
friend that did that, and I was
well,
like,
not hard to build them, hard to make sure that they're up to code.
that's
you know.
true.
Code schmode.
That is true.
You know, do you have a crashing sound in your board anywhere, like a collapsing sound or anything like that? You know,
I can default to this.
What's
There
that?
we go.
Is it Pergo? Is that the fake material?
I guess that wouldn't be. That's the cartoon
Yeah.
fall.
Yes,
off the deck.
exactly.
Crash.
It's Trex,
Trex.
is what.
Ah,
I had a
yes.
deck made out of Trex.
Oh.
and, yeah, that's in Manassas.
Spare
the
no
de-
expense.
Well, I decided that by the way, a composite material.
Probably
Excuse me.
just as expensive now as
If you're
regular
not
wood.
shishi snobatory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
use the composite that's going to last for a million
And you
years
don't have to
doesn't
stain
get-
it or all that
or
stuff. It's
paint
some-
it or
Yeah.
I
do
thought it's
anything
more
to it.
expensive though.
Have to power wash it occasionally. That's it. What?
Is it a composite more expensive?
Our deck is collapsed. Is a composite more expensive
That's what I
than
thought.
regular wood?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit more, not a lot.
And can I
but,
I have another question about just ownership
Yes.
in homes. Why is teak so sought after?
Well, teak is not really used a lot in homes as much as it is on boats, isn't it?
it's also used in furniture.
Yeah,
You know,
Yes,
teak
it is.
Furniture.
Yeah. But I think
In fact,
it can be treated and oiled, so it is. I think more resilient in a marine setting.
On Nextdoor, they're always trying to sell you in my neighborhood teak patio furniture, and I'm like, ooh, that thing looks old. Why would
Do you
I ever
have the
want
sound
that?
of my phone being crushed?
yeah.
In the chair. Hold off on that for just a
Yes.
second, but find it.
Okay.
Because it's
Wondered about
just
teeth.
the front of the sound that I have. So Carla and I were in a furniture store maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
No, probably even longer than that, because when we moved down here and we wanted to get some furniture. And we went into this furniture store, and the teak is very high end, and
Yeah.
it appears very
Yes.
high end.
Yeah.
I always questioned the sturdiness of the teak, and so we are in this place, and on the showroom floor there are these. I don't want to call them director's chairs or captain's chairs, but they are chairs with the kind of like the canvas or the material between them, and then it's all teak. And they look like they're almost folding.
Yeah, I
and
know
we're
what you
in
mean,
there
yeah.
with a lady, and she's walking around. I said, is this the price for one chair? She goes, yeah. The teak is a very, very rare and quality wood. I said, well, but it doesn't look comfortable. She said, oh, absolutely not true. Sit in it. And I put my ass down in the teak, and you hear this. This is a... That's what, okay. And I put down, and the lady was just out of earshot when I sat in it, and I said, but I swear to God, I said, Carla, this doesn't look good. I'll sit on it. Let me sit on it and see if it really feels comfortable. Oh God, we got to get out of here.
Well, you remember when
away from
Louis
the
Anderson's
teak.
bit about when he comes into the home and they say, "Oh, it's good to see you, Louis. We have a chair just for you. It's made of cinder blocks."
Yeah, sit on the concrete couch. But yeah, no, the composite. Here's the way. I know this from up in Maine.
Yes.
Okay, where it's a composite material. The composite
Air
material.
conditioning.
I think of form. I think of function over form. I think of durability over style
With
sometimes.
you.
If you're talking about, but a lot of people don't want to put, one of the reasons I love where I live up there is I don't live down in the main area where there are all these old cottages there, and I got it siding on my house. That's what I have.
No, he's
siding.
smart. He's smart. When my father,
Well, no, it's just the house. It's the way the house was built. I bought it, but I love it.
But if
I don't
you
have to
had
worry
siding down near the
Oh,
water,
no.
You got to have all the old stuff that
Yeah.
you have to, replace.
My father and his brother both built houses at the same time on the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
Okay, my dad built with Trex and siding and a tin roof, and my uncle Pete built with cedar shakes on the side and classic beach material. What happened is 4 years later, Pete sold his house because he got tired of painting every year. My dad looked at me and said, "You know what? Robert might have to paint this house. He might have to paint it when he gets it. But you and I, we're in the clear. Because if you plan ahead with the
But he's counting on you passing away at 52.
Well, and this was actually when he said, at your funeral, we're going to give you a paintbrush.
I just I like the stuff. I like the stuff you don't have to worry about. Otherwise,
I'm a Trex guy.
Technology, man, use it to your advantage.
The only reason it's top of
otherwise,
mind-
you have to deal with rot, the same rot that's in the souls of barbers.
That's right. Please sit in my barber chair. It's made of teak.
We gotta get out of this expensive store.
I think it's a nice reminder that it goes both ways. If you're if you're bringing joy, and you truly are, you're not being a grump like I was when I walked in this morning, then it's not hard to reciprocate that, especially if you're in the business of like working with people.
You get what you give.
Right?
You know what really wouldn't go over? Now I'm thinking the opposite of
What?
walking in. As a walk-in, I go and say, "Who's the best barber in here?" Anyway, that's it. We got to take a break. We'll come back with the homepage. And later in the show, I will tell you the rubiest story of being the rubiest.
Rubiest?
I win.
Ruby,
hands
Ruby,
down.
Ruby.
I will win the Thanksgiving Rube contest.
I can't wait.
We will take a break, come back with the homepage. Right here, you are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Honey Jurgensen, good to see you.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
Hot dog.
Sonny was a great quarterback.
Accustomed to getting his way.
A man who probably had permanent damage done to his ass because of the amount of kissing for his
true.
entire life.
Excuse me, Mr. Jurgensen. My name is Rob Spiewak, and he holds up his hand like Caesar. He says, "I know who you are." He waves to me, but he never takes the plum out of his mouth. Getting kind of crowded in here, Jim. Getting kind of crowded. Hot dog.
If there was a podcast Hall of Fame, the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show would be the first inductee. It's what keeps the daily TMOS episodes coming to your device every day. Order a bonus show subscription today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Hot dog. Hot dog. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Indochino. Love Indochino. It seems like people have gotten a little too used to dressing comfy, so why not replace the suit that's been gathering dust in your closet and bring looking great back in style? It's about feeling confident and standing out, and there's never been a better time to upgrade your look. Indochino's Black Friday event has their lowest prices of the year on suits, shirts, outerwear, and more. Plus, you're going to save even more using code TMOS. Measure yourself on the website in 10 minutes, then wear your suit out of the box in 3 to 4 weeks. Every piece is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. The best part? Indochino suits start from just $299, and shirts from $45. Those are custom shirts, people.
Yes.
With all the
This is a
customizations
custom
are included.
shirt
Look at
from
it.
Are you wearing a
Indochino.
custom
Yes, I
Indochino
am.
shirt? I've
Yes,
seen
I
that on
am.
their website. I know that pattern.
I am, and I've
like
got the
that.
shirt pins to prove it.
Fantastico. You're going to love
that in
Indochino.
right
We
now.
love them. Get away from the video calls
means
and
collar
back into
stays.
looking and feeling amazing. Indochino's Black Friday event is on until November 29th. Save even more and get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more by using promo code TMOS at Indochino.com. Indochino.com. Did I say Chino? Sorry about that. Have I said Indochino for the entire
No.
spot?
No, you
That's
just
the
said the
first
ones.
time.
And also
Thank
know
you.
that the Oscar shirt does not have pins in it. It's a collar stay. It's
Collar stay.
Yeah, it's the
I
thing.
thought they were called shirt pins.
They're not called shirt pins. Shirt pins are pins.
Excuse
That's
me.
$50 off a purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Promo code TMOS. And sorry about the collar pin thing, okay? We're all rubes. We're all idiots. Thank you very much. All right.
From the four corners
They
of the
send them
World
to you.
Wide Web and into your digital
You need 'em.
device.
You need
It's
'em.
what you need to know. This is the homepage.
George Clooney is not a guy that normally gets on and flaps his gums about somebody else's stuff, their misfortune. But he did weigh in on the shooting on the set of that Alec Baldwin film Rust. He said the producers made, quote, a lot of stupid mistakes that led to the death of the movie's cinematographer. Here's his quote. Why, for the life of me, this low-budget film with producers that haven't produced anything wouldn't have hired for the armorer someone with experience. That is insane. That's insane. It's infuriating. He didn't mention Alec Baldwin by name, but Baldwin was one of the producers. George is also confused as to why the assistant director was the one to hand Alec the gun. And here's the quote. And look, here's a guy that has the experience. He can talk about it. He says, I've been on sets for 40 years. And the person that hands you the gun, the person that is responsible for the gun, is either the prop person or the armorer, period. He added that every single time he's handed a gun on set, he opens it and shows it to the crew. Then, after every single take, he hands it back to the armorer. After every take.
Wow.
So, there are protocols that were not followed with that, and that's interesting, and more will come out with the investigations going on. I have great news for all the Pee Wee Herman fans in the audience.
Oh.
Pee Wee Herman gets his own radio show.
Hey.
Good for him.
It'll air on a Santa Monica-based station called KCRW on November 26th, because it's a one-dayer. Pee Wee announced yesterday, quote, I'm going to be a DJ on a new radio show airing on KCRW. I'm so excited. It's my very first one. I mailed them a letter, which got lost apparently, and then tagged them on Twitter. They didn't believe it was me until my most amazing fans called and jammed up their phone lines. Tune in to hear me play some great music and bring surprises. It sounds like he's hosting it as Pee Wee. Because he's bringing Cherry, Magic Screen, and Miss Yvonne with him. He's also promising some super famous surprise guests. While this is a one-show deal, let's hope it can turn into something really. Well, I don't hope. If it's a one-off, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Miss Yvonne is now 102.
That's very, very exciting. With all the other allegations he's facing, and I haven't read about him in the news in a while, Marilyn Manson is in a bit of
good
hot
guy,
water
nice
legally.
guy, sweet
Really,
guy, handsome guy.
To look like that and then
What
be.
are you talking about?
He is now being accused of locking women in a small soundproof room that he referred to as the bad girls room.
Yeah,
this
Rob,
is
he's got. You know what's going on with him?
No, I don't.
Oh, then you'd probably take back what you just said beforehand.
What is I haven't, because it really hasn't been out front
And
with
also,
everything else going on.
I think people know that I was being sarcastic.
There's a. I guess when you hear the subject matter. Now,
Okay, all right.
But I don't think there's a time and place.
He's been accused of
being
sexual
a chronic
misconduct.
abuser.
Wow.
Right.
At a very high level with people, and this is what I guess the stigma of abuse comes. We always think it's women or men that have no power. Mm-hmm. The relationships he was in with established starlets and actors,
which he is defending himself by saying all of this was consensual, like
correct,
people want to
correct.
be. Well, here's this bad girls room. Supposedly he would put them in there for sometimes for hours if he was upset with them. A former assistant claims it was common knowledge that the room existed, but he never saw Manson put anyone in there. Manson continues to claim that all his sexual exploits were consensual encounters with like-minded partners. But when you look the way he does, and then you just do you think Could it possibly be the guy buying into his own mystique with, the darkness and everything he's doing? I don't know.
And also, I mean, you have to wonder.
Creepy anyway.
It's very creepy. You have to wonder if he is somehow letting this leak out because this is his image. It's wrong.
Oh no, Rob.
No.
The details are very harrowing.
Okay, all right.
He's
nothing.
in some legal trouble.
There's nothing mysterious.
Then I withdraw the remark, not knowing the details, and I apologize.
An annual poll found the average person expects to gain 8 pounds over the holidays this year. That's up from 7 pounds when the same survey was done a year ago, and 6 pounds in 2019.
We're making progress.
90% of people said they'll mostly just try to enjoy the holidays and not worry too much about what they eat. 65% think they deserve to treat themselves this year. The poll was done for the website madeuppolils@soundliketheymakesense.com. There you go.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself, everybody.
Have the gravy.
I hate that. That's my least favorite advertising line. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
You
don't like that?
In America. America's a walking treat. That's a walking treat.
People
treat themselves.
Mike,
We don't
silly.
wait for anything.
America doesn't walk.
By the way, later in this broadcast,
Yes.
that treat yourself will come into play.
It'll rear its ugly head.
Oh, you're gonna love
beautiful.
When I see Shannon with like something other than some
grapes and yogurt,
other than grapes and yogurt, I'm like, treat yourself. She's like, I
Treat
will
yourself.
treat myself.
yeah.
A Massachusetts family whose loved one's casket fell open as it was being lowered into a grave, causing the body to fall out, has sued the funeral home and the cemetery. The family of Andrew Serrano, a resident of Lawrence, Massachusetts, who died in March of 2019, alleged negligence and reckless infliction of emotional distress too soon in the suit filed last Wednesday in Essex Superior Court.
Settle down, Dan.
During the funeral handled by the Perez Funeral Home at city-owned Bellevue Cemetery in Lawrence, Mass. On April 5th, 2019, one of the side straps on the city-owned casket lowering device broke, causing Mr. Serrano's casket to fall into the grave and break apart. According to the lawsuit, the corpse fell out of the casket in full view of horrified family members who became visibly distraught and hysterical. The suit said the suit seeks $50,000 in damages. I like their chances.
Yeah.
I think they'll get that.
I do
It's
know
pretty
that
interesting.
afterwards the family went to the drugstore and they said, "Do you have something to stop this coffin?"
Bada bing, bada boom. Ladies, he liked it. And now a little something. A new survey says that if men have certain pets, they are most likely to cheat in a relationship. They did a deep dive on this. Dog owners are very loyal, but men who kept rabbits were trouble. According to the study of 2,991 single straight men conducted by pet website Moggy or Doggy, 64% of men who own rabbits say they had at least one affair. Men with hamsters were a very close second.
Any word on
My
sugar
daughters
gliders?
bring home a man with a hamster. I'm putting him in a trunk of my car and taking him on a road trip to the Meadowlands. That's all there is to it. A single guy with a hamster? Hey, come on over. Hey, sorry, Pony. I apologize. He's
Almost
not
the
here
same.
today.
Almost the
Yeah,
same.
there you
His
go.
little hamster with wings.
Yeah.
Pony is really not in a relationship currently, but he does have a sugar glider. We have to take a break.
Not that
when
you
we
can
come
see.
back, I cop to it. I am the Rube of Rubes. We'll return shortly. Thank you very much.
If you missed the latest bonus show, you missed a lot.
And if we stand on it,
We stand behind it.
Poop.
my mom likes to flash it in the oven.
I like Thelma Lou.
In what way?
No, I think she's hot.
Rest your meat.
Well, if we can't do it right, we shouldn't do it.
The TMOS bonus show is your only chance to get that 5th hour of laughs, and it's sent to your device every Friday. Try a week, a month, or splurge for an entire year subscription. Your support keeps that comedy train chugging. Click the bonus show banner, get a subscription, and start laughing now. It's all at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Thank you, Jim Amato. Welcome back to the show. When it comes to losing weight, there's a lot of pressure to label foods good or bad, but that just creates dilemmas. I want to tell you about Noom. They're here to change how we see food with a psychology-based approach that looks not only at what you eat, but also how you eat. Instead of making you feel guilt or regret, Noom will empower you to keep going. Everybody's journey is different. Every single person has different things they deal with. Noom customizes a program for you based on your personal goals. No food is totally off limits. I love that. If you have an off day, relax. Noom will gently help you back on track. It's 10 minutes a day.
That's it.
That's what they require of you, to teach you about your eating habits and check in on your progress. I am using Noom. I always use Noom because it helps get me back on
Doesn't
track.
make you feel guilty.
No.
It doesn't make you feel guilty, and they know how to deal with it. They have strategies in there that work. Just the knowledge and wisdom to empower you to build smarter, more sustainable habits. That's why I would take Noom on any day of the week. Carla loves it. Their approach helps you better understand your relationship with food, how to be more mindful of your habits, and gives you the knowledge and support you need for long-lasting change. We all love it. Oscar, Carla, me. There's a science to getting healthier. It's called Noom. Start building better habits for healthier, long-term results. Sign up for your trial at Noom.com/TMOS. That's NOOM.com/TMOS. And now that I've gotten done telling you about Noom, I will tell you about the holiday of Thanksgiving coming up here, and how I am the rube of rubes.
You've been teasing this. This excites me greatly.
This is not concerning a healthy habit. Noom would tell me I have to deal with this, and
You're hosting,
you can
though.
start the next day. But I am hosting. I am going to go into my computer here.
He's
I
not
have
middling,
bookmarked.
No.
What's that?
Not middling.
This is a phrase
No.
that has come up from Curb Your Enthusiasm, where you want to sit like the
most social person.
Yeah, I guess the conversational
Engaging.
hot spot at the
Yes.
center of your table, and it's called middling.
Yes.
I imagine you'll be at the head of the table.
Well, he's the captain.
Exactly.
I'm the captain now.
I would like to thank, I think her name is Nancy Veranosi, who is a regular listener of the show and active on the fan club. She posts on the fan club yesterday something that attracted me immediately. I was very, very excited. I'll read you the article here that she posted that I dove into immediately. With Thanksgiving just a little over a week away, where did this year go? It's time to start thinking about what foods will be gracing your dinner table, if you haven't done so already. On the dessert front, pumpkin, pecan, and apple pie are enduring staples. I'll be honest with you. The way I think about Thanksgiving dessert, kind of an afterthought. I'm a guy that loves sweets, but with Thanksgiving, by the time you're eating that ridiculous meal, it is an afterthought to me, and I've always kind of regretted that. I've always thought it ought to be special, but nothing gets me excited.
What about a flan?
Flan might be better.
My mom makes a flan for Thanksgiving.
That sounds delicious. The makers of the iconic peanut butter cup have now supersized their OG creation into a 3.4-pound pie of solid peanut butter and chocolate, naming it the Reese's Thanksgiving Pie.
Wow.
This spoke to me very, very loudly. This is the largest Reese's peanut butter cup. It did. Mike, you incredible fat ass.
The juice just dribbles down your chin.
The 9-inch pie. It's a 9-inch pie.
That's not very big.
It comes in a festive box adorned with leaves and includes the message, "You can thank us later," on the opening flap, while "Thankful Yet" can be found on the inside flap. The pie itself comes in a plastic dish that mimics the brown paper wrapping on a regular Reese's peanut butter cup.
This is very clever marketing.
I'm getting more excited as I read this. And it is sealed in plastic to ensure freshness. The Reese's Thanksgiving Pie most definitely is made for sharing, while the suggested serving size may only be 160 calories. There are about 48 servings per pie.
Oh, I'm looking at the pie right now. That's a 6-serving pie right there.
Let me say that as I looked at this, look at how beautiful that is.
That really is.
Look at that
All hail the
smooth
Hershey Corporation.
Oh, the Hershey Corporation. And
they don't mess around, and I love it.
They don't.
They don't.
And so, see the way it's being received on this show?
I know we're just making the fruitcakes now, but why not indulge on a pie and then get a fruitcake?
I think they would pair well together.
The Reese's Thanksgiving pie is most definitely made for sharing. When you bring together friends and family, the company says, for Thanksgiving dinner, no table spread is complete without dessert. That's according to Bo Jones, Senior Associate Brand Manager at Reese's.
I'm Bo Jones.
At Reese's, he said, we want to create a dessert that everyone wants a piece of. Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Like Reese's Pieces.
As I look at it, we've talked about
sold
this.
out.
We've talked about this in the past.
Hold
that
on, don't skip it. Don't
So
skip
mad.
ahead.
Mike,
Skip ahead.
the Reese's peanut butter egg that they put out for Easter and the Reese's
Yeah.
peanut butter Christmas tree they put out for the holidays are preferable in my household to the cup because of the peanut butter to chocolate ratio. And I think this pie, based on the photographic evidence I've seen, is really taking that peanut butter ratio to the limit. And I think what they've got here is something very special. Yes.
So, as Oscar said, now don't read ahead.
Sorry.
$44.99 plus tax.
What?
I immediately dive in, just like Oscar did. Didn't take long
Right.
to realize that in a matter of a very short time, I believe 3,000 of these Thanksgiving pies sold out. You would think
They're all headed to Leesburg.
that the Reese's company would have made more anticipating. I don't think they anticipated the popularity. So I hop on eBay. I hop over thinking, well, eBay might
You're
have
going to
one.
buy pie on Electronic Bay?
I'm
Well,
on
I
now.
just wanted to
I will
see,
not
you know-
spoil what you're about to share.
All right. I figured maybe there's a secondary market, and for a little few dollars
this is capitalism.
extra,
We'll
sure.
do this. Fine. Yeah.
This is why we're going down the tubes. This is why this country is in deep, deep trouble.
Yes, do.
Because I go to eBay, and the first perfect ad that I see for the Reese's Thanksgiving pie is for $325. And purposefully, they do not even have any personal information on eBay. Of course, they never do. I wanted to reach out via email and tell these people to get bent as soon as I read this.
Are you
$325?
There is one watcher in the last 24 hours.
Pie watcher.
Is
Oh,
that
so
you?
people have basically I did not watch it.
No.
I did not. You even watch it think it's come down to $200?
No, you want to see what it's going to top off.
We all have a price.
Yeah.
We all know it.
You know what the
I
watchers...
spent if it's $44, I'm thinking $50.
If for the show, out of my own pocket, and because I have
Yes.
no children or any dependents outside of Dan O'Brien and Pony.
Rob Ford.
No, Ford's on his own way, his own path. We would spend for the show no less than $100 for this pie, so we could taste it on the air and we could give everybody at home what it should be about, right?
If you look, the candy that everybody loves is the Reese's peanut butter
But a
cup.
pie seems different.
And there's this guy watching it on eBay that's at home right now saying, I have to establish a PayPal
Rob,
account.
the parent company.
Yes,
of,
Hershey's.
It's the Hershey company.
Yes.
What's the deal? Well, are they teasing us? Were they test marketing this? This is the first time I've heard of the Thanksgiving pie. They just cheated us.
I feel that some more may become available.
I don't know.
I'm
I
betting
would think-
$100 right now.
Are you top bidder now?
Well, they want $199. Buy it now.
That's the buy it now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give them $100.
Oh wait, it's $199 now.
There's one below it, 2 tiers below. Mike, I'm deep.
Is there a
Check
piece
it out.
missing?
Yes. There might be a piece missing.
You're gonna get it for $199.
No, I'm not.
I don't think he will.
They're gonna burn me like they burn me every other time.
That's right. And this thing doesn't even do push-ups. It's a collectible pie, Mike.
I am the. You think you're a rube? I want this for the show, but I don't.
He wants it. Did you see how quickly he discovered it was sold out, and he jumps ahead with that because he
It's
wants
my
it so
favorite
badly.
candy.
100% though.
My favorite candy.
You have never beat Mike to the punch 3 times in one story, and you
saying.
did.
This
on
is
that.
amazing.
It is.
Now you have actually bid on it. This is.
we
I was only saying I was a rube because I was intrigued by this. And I guess what? Guess what, America? The Reese's company figured out what you really dig. The idea of making now. First of all, they've moved in that direction with some of their larger peanut butter cups. We like more. We like more
big things, and people like little.
We like
tiny
big things in America.
and people
That's
also
right.
like little tiny things.
Yeah.
They don't like stuff to be normal sized.
Yeah, we like big chocolate.
Yeah, we do.
We love big chocolate.
Yeah,
A big
and I cannot
wheel
lie.
of chocolate, right? is the by the way, what is a standard pie circumference.
I think a standard, like if you buy a frozen pie crust, I believe they're 9.5 inches.
Okay, so it's pretty close to the standard pie size,
I think so.
right?
I think 10 inches. But then you get like the big Costco pies. That's an outlier. I think 9 inches is about a
Debbie
standard
Downers.
pie.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone sending us pies to the office. Please. Don't need
don't
that.
do that.
No, we're good.
No, and
Don't
by the
want
way,
that.
you know
buy
what?
a fruitcake.
And if it happens
Don't do
to
that.
happen and you got a way to ship it, you can do it if you want to.
There
send it
is,
down here,
there is, and please by Wednesday, close of business Wednesday. There is no limit on fruitcakes, and they are the standard size.
If you have a line for a Reese's cake,
don't give
pie.
your hard-earned cash to the Reese's.
They don't
company
need your
because
cash.
They don't need your money.
No.
We do.
But if you're independently wealthy and you find one of these pies, don't send it here. Send it to Mike's house. It'll be a Thanksgiving Day miracle.
And I just read that if you buy 30, if you buy 30 of those pies, the head of Hershey's will call you on Christmas Eve.
Just trying to move some fruitcakes.
No, and I was only, I was of course kidding.
I understand.
And remember
I understand.
that you have, if you want a fruitcake this year, there is a deadline. It is midnight on Friday, November 26th. That's Black Friday. So get through your Thanksgiving dinner, and you still have a chance to order. But if you're not in by then,
they'll be sold out like this pie.
Yeah, be
And
gone,
by the
gone,
way,
baby.
but we should point out the fruitcakes are
$50.
a Christmas confection.
Yeah.
That is the, it's not by
Including
Thanksgiving.
shipping.
It's by, we like to get them on
This
your table
rube with
during
the pie
holidays.
for $200. Shipping's not included.
Oh,
and neither is the $349.
What have I always said about eBay? They F you on the shipping.
But they also, on the site on eBay that I was looking at, because yes, I did read all of the fine print, there was no guarantee of the condition of the pie by the time it gets to your place.
Well, for $349,
big pile of goo, especially going to Florida.
Mike, for $349, it's like those lobsters for those fancy websites. They better arrive in dry ice, laid out and frozen,
like Duff Goldman does. Yeah.
Here's the final word on this. All right. If we had this discussion because I am Rube, you get your regular standard size Reese's peanut butter
9
cups.
inches, yes,
and you put them in a pie. Okay, you put them in a pie tin or a glass pie plate.
You mean how we're going to serve it?
No, I'm just saying if you couldn't get your 3.5 pounder, you put it in there and then you maybe just microwave it a little bit and then you kind of smooth out the top a little bit and then you put it in the
Let's
fridge.
not Manassas this thing.
Yeah.
Let's
really, Mike, what you've done now is you've gone from an actual pie to just a pile of candy. And that's not
it looks
the same.
a little thicker, doesn't it? Look a little thicker.
Yeah,
than
but you see what you would have to do.
Can't believe 3,000 fuckers jumped on fat ass website before I did.
Yeah,
God, America.
Yeah, you
what
see,
we care
I'm a
about.
little jealous.
What you'd have to do to deconstruct the pie is somehow scrape the chocolate from the peanut butter.
No, there is no way that happens. I think
that's the only way you could do it.
I think you could get away with it if it was a gentle softening.
No, because
perhaps with those big cups that they sell. You know, the big ones?
No, it wouldn't work
I see
because
what
then
Mike
you'd have
is
chocolate
saying.
in the peanut butter.
If you take the big cups and then you create a Pangea situation where you just cut them up where they all fit together, then you melt it down, that could be a way.
You soften it.
Yes.
You don't melt it. You soften it enough where it's not going to drip into
find
the
a
chocolate.
smelter.
It's going to be. Why are you shaking your head so
it's
much?
no good because I saw the pictures of the pie and the selling point of the pie is the solid peanut butter center.
Wait,
and
you can see that from a picture?
Yes.
But if you just soften it and mold the chocolate over it.
Yeah, but
you're right though, because it's going to have
chocolate
through
within. So what the only way you could really affect it is to like use a paring knife or maybe a potato peeler and separate the chocolate from the peanut butter. Make a chocolate base.
Alton, no, that's not. You're
Don't
not
out me. I'm trying to give you a solution.
A potato peeler. I watched Alton Brown talk about like steak the other night, and I wanted to throw a brick through my television. That douche.
Mike, I'm so sorry you watched it.
And now it was an outlet. That's how bad television was the other night. Over the air television, over the cable television with Alton Brown. Alton Brown is Satan. There, I said it. We have to take a break. I'm sorry.
Well, there's that.
Oh, God. And here's what you do. And you make sure the coffee's got to be just
F you, really. You pretentious nad.
I think
we'll
he
take a
seems
break.
nice.
Good luck with those pies. And
Those pies.
How dare
we'll
you,
come
America.
back with more fun. We're going to name Rob's thing.
Oh, good.
And then afterwards, Rob's going to do it right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The Fox Network is responsible for some of the most useless competition shows in the history of television. The Masked Singer. So you think you can dance? I can see your voice. Beat Shazam. Alter Ego. The Masked Dancer. And now the Fox Network has come up with the stupidest, most pointless, and confusing competition show ever. I Can Hear You Dance. Masked judges score masked dancers based on the sound of their dancing. Sound confusing? You bet it is. I Can Hear You Dance. It'll have your wang tip smoking.
On my left foot. On my right foot.
Who wins? Who loses? Who cares? You'll always be a winner when you buy the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Subscribe today at MikeO'MaraShow.com. I Can Hear You Dance is produced by a live bear and only on Fox Midnight.
I'm a right foot. I'm a left foot. Favorite part of their promo. The numbers are out, and the average home in the country has appreciated 19% in the last year. So what does that mean for you? Well, with the massive rise in home equity and the continued rise in COVID consumer spending, there has never been a better time to tap into your home's equity to take cash out for any reason at all. You need to call my good friend Mark Livingstone and the team at Cornerstone First Financial. We have all used them. I am not saying that lightly. Rob Spiewak has refied with them and gotten a mortgage with them. Well, you've refied with them. I've gotten a mortgage with them.
Yes.
Oscar's
Mortgage.
gotten a mortgage with them. And we know. 3 guys on one show know how good they are at Cornerstone. They're really, really good folks, and you need to check them out. Lots of companies out there offering personal loans and lines of credit, but unless it's included in a refinance, your cash out is not tax deductible. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Snap. Whether you're paying off credit cards, student loans, or renovate. Update this copy, please. More than once a year.
Snap.
Or renovating your home, you can enjoy this increase in equity and the tax deductibility by wrapping it all into a cash-out refi and take advantage of ultra-low rates all at the same time. Cornerstone First guarantees to meet or beat any competitor, so don't miss out. Call Cornerstone First Financial, serving the listeners of the Mike O'Mara Show for over 6 years now. 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. Don't go buy a peanut butter pie. Call Cornerstone.
Mm-hmm. No,
Thank you.
The peanut butter pie is not tax deductible.
It's not. It's not at all. All right, so the digital dumpster, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Yeah,
it's hard to not read.
Whoever came up with that is, I mean, they weren't creative. It was a hack move. It was terrible.
I agree.
Yes.
Was it me? Did I come up with it?
No, it was me.
It was Oscar.
Me.
Well, I mean,
We were trying
kept it for a while.
We were trying to like freshen things up. Remember, you came in and tried to destroy the show. You fired dude and everything. You said, "I want changes."
Yes, but I mean, I like to move forward occasionally.
We got to evolve.
And
We gave it a nice. We gave it a nice runway.
A lot of
runways ended,
and there's a lot of celebrities in there. Some are visiting, some are still
I
in
don't
there.
like the death angle, especially after COVID.
Yeah, well,
I am aware. I hate that. I hate that. I actually hate that there's a body in there. It's ridiculous.
It was your
It's not
request.
funny.
It was a new dumpster.
I was trying to spice it up. The nature of this
Let me
broadcast.
see who's in there today. Hold on.
More death.
You are,
No
when
more
he yells
death.
at you are never allowed to yell at Rob at the beginning of a show. Ever again.
Me?
Because he gets nervous and manic for the entire broadcast.
Me?
And now I'm mad. It's your fault. It's your fault. Because he has been going, you wanted me, this is my impression of Rob for the entire show today. It's because you yelled at him at the beginning of the show.
I thought it was a decent pep talk.
It was not a pep talk. Anyway, getting back to what I was going to say. The nature of this broadcast, before I was interrupted, for the 5,000th time during this broadcast today, I will tell you is we are updated every day. You never know what direction it's going to go in. It's fine. It goes back. It goes forth. It's fine. But occasionally I like to tweak. And I like to tweak music, and I like to tweak intros, and I like to come up with periodic ideas to freshen, just because that's the nature of what we do, and that's where things like the talking head come from.
Oh, fantastic.
And we may go to occasional phone calls. You never know what direction. Because we're all, if you sit there, anything's possible. So with that said, the digital dumpster, for whatever reason, was awkward to me. It really, the bit itself that's been since the inception of the Mike O'Mara Show, the audio vault has been forever. I love to hear what Rob's going to bring in every day. That's a lot of fun.
And if I could step outside of, me world, my world, I really feel like looking back at the digital dumpster, it was a misstep on my end to even ask or even go down the digital world, because we've got, a man he's built on analog, and we're giving him something that, like, it's the magic audio vault. It sounds whimsical and fun. The digital dumpster is like cold
It's
and
dark.
terse. Yes.
Death.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
How do you feel? It's your thing. How do you feel about it?
Well, I think the name to me is almost inconsequential because the content is what it is. But I do agree that if we give it a whimsical, more warm, inviting title, it's going to make more people enjoy it.
So we did put it out there, right?
We did, and
put
I
it
have a
out there.
list of some of the suggestions.
Did you whittle the list down a little bit?
I did, and I will.
Do you have your top 3?
I do have my top 3.
Oh, that's what we want to hear.
All right.
How many in the list do you have?
It looks like to be about 15 total, and we can buzz through them, and I'll go quick, and you can stop me if you like.
But at the end,
I gotta
you
get
tell
my
us your
finger on my
top
buzzer.
3.
Exactly. All right.
Ready to go.
Okay. Rob's oddities.
Hard to say.
Rob's Lil Sounds.
Lil almost sounds patronizing.
This is easy.
Yeah.
This is easy.
The Digital Jukebox.
That was hard for you to say.
That was Rob Spiewak and the DC Sound Machine.
280s.
The Spiewak Sound Shack or the Spiewak Sound Sack. Both were
I
submitted.
like the Sound Shack. That's fine.
All right, I'll put a check by that.
Okay.
The Sound Bar.
Hear those buzzers? It's not my finger accidentally hitting that buzzer.
I'm sorry. I thought we were just working out here.
Okay. The Sound Bar.
The sound
I
bar?
like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like
Wait,
that.
I'm going to give that a
Sound
ding.
bar.
The sound bar might be...
Circle
the
that.
sound bar.
All right. Rob's Thing. The audio
Wait,
file.
just at the sound bar, is it 18 to party, 21 to drink?
Yeah, you have to stamp your hand.
Okay.
That was for Rob's thing.
Okay. Mr. Rob's Super Happy Sound Time Go.
That's funny, but it's
Too
not,
much.
Okay. Or for
What is it again? What is that?
This is if it was a Japanese TV show, the guy he submitted Mr. Rob's Super Happy Sound Time Go.
Probably not appropriate for 2021.
Okay, for you steampunk fans, Professor Spiewak's Phantasmagorical Sound Emporium.
When did your name start being put in it?
Don't know. I didn't make these up. Mike, I like this one a little bit just because it's fun to say. Sound off.
That could get annoying.
All right. The Sounding Board.
There's
sounding
something
board.
there, but
I like, what's the other one that you put before?
The
I
sound
like
bar.
The sound bar. So
Sound
far
bar.
is
Okay.
simple. nice.
So buzzer on Sounding Board.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Oscar, I think you probably inspired this one. The Sound Pound.
oh, I like that.
I thought it was Soundtown.
We're getting to that. That's another. Sound Pound is different. Like Pound
No,
Town.
that's-
Who let the dogs out?
Soundapalooza.
No.
Sound Stations.
No.
Soundscapes.
Soundscapes. Probably trademark.
How about Rob's Pleasure Chest?
Gross.
And I have come to my top 3.
Yes, top 3.
All right.
Top 3.
Rob's Pet Sounds.
Yeah, we talked about that one. Yeah.
I didn't want to make a big deal about it because we were wrapping up the show. What are pet sounds?
It's an album by the Beach Boys from the 60s.
Okay.
So it's really retro, but it's
But also
Rob
it refers
loves
to
that.
very famous.
But it also, it's very well
But
regarded.
if it's like a pet peeve, pet sound, pet sound.
Oh, got
would
it.
be
My favorite
something.
sound.
Got it.
Yeah.
I like this one because I can see the production for it. The Sounds of Spiewak. The Sounds of Spiewak.
You know something?
Crossing it out.
His top 3.
Hey, I'm allowed to have an opinion.
I'm not averse to pet sounds.
And at number 1, Soundtown. Population Rob.
Soundtown.
Welcome to the Soundtown. Population
Well,
Rob.
welcome to Soundtown.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's take the tuna.
The tuna. What?
What?
You hungry?
The tuna trolley?
Excuse me.
Let's go to Soundtown. Soundtown.
Soundtown.
Now we have Fat
Yeah.
Attack. Soundtown.
Yeah.
Soundtown.
What do you think, Dan O'Brien? What do you think?
I like Soundtown and Soundbar. Those are my favorites.
Soundtown and Soundbar. Those are my favorites too.
Great
I
taste.
like those two.
Always said that about you,
The
Brian.
Soundbar.
The sound bar or Soundtown.
I
I like the
Oscar?
notion of Soundtown being a destination.
I love Soundtown.
I like Soundtown.
Yeah, and it was listener submitted. I just don't have my phone on me right now. And I'll give
Let's
full credit to the
go
listener.
to Sound Town.
Yeah.
We'll need you after the show, Mike.
And here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go. There's only one person for the job. You're amenable to Sound Town?
Yes, of course.
I would contact your man. We haven't used them. This will make people happy. Going full circle.
Yes.
And let's contact dude.
Oh, I thought you.
Nobody can go.
I thought you meant Mark Riddell.
No, I don't think so. Sound Town. No, and Riddell and Twitch.
Yeah, they can
This
use
is
elements.
Rob.
They can use
this
elements.
is Rob. This is Rob. No, we're not going to task those guys. That's not, they do it out of the love. They're on their own. They're free spirits.
Right.
But if you get together with dude and you create an element thing, and you can work with Twitch and Gem, but Soundtown. Time to go to Soundtown.
I've got
Soundtown. I already remember. It's easier than the Audio Vault. I like it. It rolls off the tongue.
And I have a notion in my head of where I want to go with it. It was at the top of my list.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, no, I don't want.
Oh, come on! This is what the beauty of this
So
show is.
by next week, maybe elements for Soundtown. We debut
Of course.
Soundtown.
Yeah, what was that
I'm
one show that said, and then we go around town? Like what's the town? There's like a 70s show or 60s show.
Oh no, there was was a song
Downtown.
called Downtown.
When
and we used to have a listener called Dantown.
Yeah, but he was
He died in a tragic accident.
bus accident.
Did he really?
No, I just like saying
he
that.
likes
about
that.
it.
Okay.
When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go
To Soundtown. Yeah. There you go.
I like it.
The
Soundtown.
comedy pyramid has been built.
It is.
We're happy. Thank you very much. That's
Thank you,
it.
folks.
All right, that's
Appreciate
out of
your
the
help.
way. That was more of a pain in the ass than I thought it would be, but I'm looking forward to it. Coming up, Soundtown. We're going to Soundtown. I love it already.
Cool.
I love it already. I love it even when I'm like test driving it right here. Soundtown. Let's take a trip down to Soundtown. Time to hop in the back seat, all right? Let's get wet. It's time for Soundtown, everybody.
What?
Right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. We'll be right back.
You have to be gross.
Hit me!
The TMOS bonus show has what listeners crave.
It's got electrolytes.
If you like TMOS, join Mike, Rob, and Oscar for the TMOS bonus show every week.
Why don't we just try it and not worry about what plants crave?
Yeah, it's got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
Buy it for yourself or give it to a friend and help the show grow.
Like out the toilet?
I've never seen no plants grow out of no toilet.
The time is now to subscribe to the TMOS bonus show.
Do it. Do it now!
Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
It's got electrolytes.
Welcome back. You put your finger up? What?
I have
I'm
a
doing
quick
commercial
update.
here. What's going on? Yes.
My offer for $100 for the pie.
I bet I know what's coming.
Has been refused.
Yep. They want more money.
Oh, screw them.
Real time.
Screw them.
Send back.
Really, they got back to you already.
Send back 101.
Some dink is just sitting there watching it every 2 minutes.
And I guarantee you he's opened and smelled it.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Liquid IV. Cooler weather makes it easier to miss signs of dehydration, which means it's even more important to keep your body properly hydrated. Plus, flu season, full swing. Proper hydration and vitamins can help support a strong immune system. Prioritizing hydration helps us feel healthier on a day-to-day basis and lets us live up to our highest potential. 1 stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates faster and more efficiently than water alone. And not only that, but the product tastes great with flavors like watermelon, strawberry, and lemon lime. 'Tis the season for a few extra drinky poos, so trust me, this is what you need. What makes Liquid IV so effective? Cellular transport technology. CTT, it's the optimal ratio of glucose, sodium, and potassium, and it delivers water and nutrients into the bloodstream super fast. Liquid IV is on out to change the world by donating to hospitals. They're out to help out. Let me see. Liquid IV is on a out to change the world.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Liquid IV is on a out to change the world.
On a mission.
A mission to change the world.
Yes.
I'm surprised that has gotten by. I'm sorry about that, Mike. And I will give Pony the $20.
No,
when I see
donating
him.
to hospitals. Pretty good little Tuesday for you today. First responders, for food banks, veterans, and active military. Liquid IV has donated over 11 million servings globally. Grab your favorite Liquid IV flavors nationwide at Walmart, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use the code TMOS at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you get better hydration today using promo code TMOS at liquidiv.com. And we thank you, everybody. We don't need to even open the dumpster anymore. It's dead.
It's actually what happened is we opened the fence and it's open. There's
no
one in there today.
To Soundtown.
We're right inside of Mike. Name this singer.
Is this the Masked Singer? Jack Black.
No, but you're right. It is a comedian.
Close.
Chappelle?
No, it's Dan Aykroyd. He was on the Tonight Show last night to promote the new Ghostbusters movie, which I believe is called Ghostbusters Afterlife. It's coming out this weekend in theaters.
I am excited for this.
And I am too, because Ghostbusters was a big movie to me, and they let him go to spots by singing Spooky. He and Bill Murray were both on the Tonight Show, and they talked about why they chose to come back after such a long hiatus, being away from the Ghostbusters franchise.
Jason Reitman wrote a great script, so full of heart, and going right back to the first two movies, and its DNA and its heart and soul. And we just read it and thought, this is the right time, and this is the right way to do it.
That's fine.
Jason is the son of the original director Ivan Reitman, and Jason's made some great movies on his own, and he had his own take on, because he grew up as a child of the Ghostbusters, sort of, in a way. He had something he thought would work as a good story, and we all agreed that he got it.
So I hope it's good. I do hope
I will tell you, obviously there's that factor that goes into it, but you know what?
They don't like they're being held hostage like they were with the old Ghostbusters, and there's no knock. This is not against women or the all-women cast with Melissa McCarthy. They did their best.
I saw it in the theater.
But
I wanted it to
this
work.
press is completely different than the press they did for that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of those two guys, I'm trying to noodle this through. No, it's not. Yeah. Do they like money? Sure, they like money. They're actors. They have a high lifestyle. But then when you hear them endorse it, I still find that credible to a degree.
Well,
that maybe it's going to be really, really good.
Bill Murray doesn't endorse anything. Yeah. He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't have to work.
The fact that he's out there doing it, and also, Oscar, I think you'll appreciate this. Were you a big fan of High C Ecto Cooler?
Of course.
It's back to promote the movie, but to get it, you have to follow them on Twitter. But here's the old days. Remember this?
This summer, coming to a supermarket near you. There's going to be a great new High C flavor.
You're the cool kid.
Yeah, Ecto Cooler. It was like just like a green High C.
The only way I would ever get my hands on one is going to Stephen Parker's house after school, because my parents would never buy anything like that.
Stephen Parker.
Yes.
Who was also the brother of Spider-Man, which is pretty cool.
He was bitten by a grasshopper that had the flu, so it wasn't quite as exciting. It wasn't a radioactive spider. Poor Adam Driver. I love Adam Driver. I've liked him ever since he was on Girls. He was great in the Star Wars movies, and now he's got this House of Gucci coming out.
Yes,
so he's doing some
looks like a good movie.
Yeah, but he said that because of his Star Wars affiliation, he did a Comic-Con, and he said one Comic-Con is plenty.
You went to a Comic-Con. Did you like that?
No. I didn't know I was not going to like it till I didn't know the rules of a Comic-Con. If you want to go outside there, like just put a mask on so nobody knows who you are, because Star Wars was very, hadn't come out yet. Then I opened my window because I'd been in the room for 24 hours before this thing we're supposed to do, and then there was a band at the bottom of the building playing the Star Wars theme on repeat because we were all staying in a hotel. So it was scary. I mean, it's nice. I'm not anxious to go again.
So never again for him, but I do love Adam Driver. So I love old people fighting. It's not a category, but do you remember when Paul McCartney said the Rolling Stones were an okay cover band, but the Beatles were a better band? And the dust sort of settled from that. Well, this week, Roger Daltrey from The Who comes out, and he weighs in. He's not a big Stones fan either.
Mick Jagger, you've got to take your hat off to him. He's the #1 rock and roll performer. But as a band, if you were outside a pub and you heard that music coming out of a pub some nights, you'd think, well, that's a mediocre pub band.
Oh, Jesus.
I agree with him.
Yeah, but isn't it great?
Totally agree. No, I agree. I think the Rolling Stones had sound. And if you read Keith's biography, he talks about how they manufactured sound, which hooked people. But as far as musicianship and artistry, yeah. I mean, they're just a bunch of their blues band.
Yeah,
they're a competent. I don't call them a mediocre blues band, but they're an average kind of sound. But they created sounds, and their recordings were spectacular. But when you hear them live, I heard them live. It's like, oh, okay, all right, that's good.
Make
Let's
no
go.
mistake, Mike. They're businessmen first. They always have been.
But they created sounds, and they had that thing. But Roger Daltrey, you listen to some of the work that the Who does.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a different animal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When it comes to musicianship, I think that's there are a lot of people that I would shoot darts at that said something like that, but Roger Daltrey's not one of them.
I love the fact that they're all 80 years old now and they're still taking shots.
And they're still snipping at each other.
Exactly. It's like 1960. All right, let's close with this. I believe the town in California is pronounced Vacaville. We determined this on the show. And a lady didn't quite make it to the hospital to give birth, so she had to give birth in her front yard. What's remarkable about this is it was all captured on their Ring doorbell. We're going to hear from the mom, the grandma, and the dad.
The contractions went to 5 minutes and 3 minutes and 2 minutes and 1 minute in like a matter of about 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. And we're like, oh, we got to get in the car. We got to go. Got to the car, stood at the car, and just said, no, I can't get into this car. I'm just going to get on the grass and I'm going to be here. This is going to be my spot.
I'm on my hands and knees and little head comes out. And by the time they walked up to me, I had a baby in my arms crying.
I just laid back in the grass and just took a nice deep breath. And
I was like, oh, this is going to be on the camera. I'm going to watch this and we can share this.
I joke that it was like, being a cow giving birth in a field.
On the dark side, Mike, no one wants to rake their leaves this year. And we now depart Soundtown.
Soundtown, thank you very much, everybody. I like it. Sounds good to me. We got to get out of here. Don't forget, get yourself a fruitcake. We are closing the doors on that on the Black Friday at midnight, so please be aware of that. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, this is Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You look at the miserable globalist. You look at people like Bill Gates, and you look at people like Mark Zuckerberg and the rest of them. They are miserable slaves of Satan, and we pray for them and hope that the Holy Spirit can still touch their soul.
Good night, ladies. Good night, sir.